Hello everyone and welcome to a very, very exciting episode of WolfQuest. We are here with Aden and Raven, our Wayfinders wolves, because this is the Saga. It is finally here. It has been something like 5 years since AE first released, I think. And so after update after update, we've had a few new maps released. We've had so many new features added that we could have only dreamed of in the old game. But now we are finally on to the continuation of the story, bringing the game around into just an ongoing year-by-year simulation. And it is finally here, and I am so excited to check it out. But we're jumping in just a second. I want to say a few things. First of all, we are starting off on the Roaring Mountain. We figured these guys maybe moved over from Slough Creek. They do not have their old pups with them. I've just started from scratch, and I believe they are both 2 years currently, because I'm pretty sure age perks did not exist when we first played with them. So they will be starting out as if they were new to the world, even though they technically already have a litter and we've seen those pups grow up. Now, the other main thing is that the Saga is currently in beta, which means there could be bugs, there could be glitches. If you encounter any of those things in your own gameplay, just make sure to report them with the F11 key. That can let you send in a report so that the devs can see what's going on. We're just going to roll with the punches if we run into anything weird. Again, it is going into public beta here, and so that's what that testing period is for. But as for our Wayfinders wolves, we are here to establish territory. You and your mate are expecting pups. Each wolf's life is about one thing, passing on your genes to the next generation. You and your mate are now the breeding pair, sometimes called alphas, of your pack. Your survival and the survival of your genetic code will be your responsibility. Of course, we have played through it this time of year many times, but there are a few differences throughout even the earlier quests when it comes to Saga, so we are going to be starting fresh and seeing those in action, and just getting used to the Roaring Mountain map as a whole. Okay, interesting. This is only our second time doing a run here. We actually just finished Lark's story. We are down here in a very different area of the map, though, in the southwestern corner. It looks like we have 3 other packs. We'll probably stay south of here for the time being, but that might change. We're just going to have to see where Aden and Raven decide to go. But we've got a lot of territory to claim. We may as well start doing that here. So I'm going to go ahead and let these guys get a jump start on that, and we will check back in with them if something happens. So one of the things that's interesting about the Saga is that if we start howling here, I think we have to do it twice. Raven's going to come over and join us most likely. But you can actually rally in single player now, which is so dang cool. Like, that's not been a thing that we've really been able to do previously. And yet, this is now something that's available to us. It's not as dramatic with only 2 wolves right now. And you can see we do get the stamina increase that we would be getting in multiplayer as well. But when you have a whole pack, it does make a lot more sense. Also, this is one thing that's super fascinating about the Roaring Mountain map. We've only played here with Lark, I believe. That's actually Aden's son, and he was here not that long ago. But it's got this super dramatic terrain, so it's going to be interesting to learn to navigate that. But this little area is pretty clear, pretty open. I don't think we're going to struggle too much here, hopefully. But the thing that is interesting is you can see Buffalo Plateau has kind of had the same idea we have now. I've got it in my head to try to claim this whole little area here, but we'll see if they let us do that. We might end up clashing with the pack, and as a new pack starting out, we might have to be a little bit more cunning with how we claim our territory and kind of just chip away at it, especially as our stamina runs low. So I'm going to try to cut them off from claiming more territory if I can, and just kind of zoop down here and see if we can kind of blockade them, because they've got other places to go. Like, they can go up north. Hopefully we'll incentivize them to do that rather than fighting us for it. But we'll see. It's definitely gonna be nice to have that stamina boost now, though, because holy stinking moly, we're gonna need a lot of it to finish this off. I'd like to try to get this done as quickly as we can here so that the other packs don't claim too much away from us. Okay, we just stole this territory away from Buffalo Plateau. Hopefully they do not get too angry about it, but we've built up a little bit of a buffer, and I think we'll have some time to finish claiming out the rest of this little area here. I don't think it's going to be too big of a deal to do that once we already have pups, and if we look at our quest panel here, you can see that we just have to reveal some den sites, so we'll go ahead and do that. That should give us some options, and of course, we already know our pack name is the Wayfinders. So we will go ahead and hit continue. We've established our territory, but now we'll have to maintain it, even when our pups require all our time and attention. The smaller your territory, the more likely rival wolves will be tempted to come in and kill your pups, so we want to keep this nice and big. We'll go ahead, we'll continue to the next season here and see about claiming a den. I think there's probably one pretty close to here because I smelled it earlier, and if we look at our map, it should show us now. Oh, it might be up there, actually. Okay. I think we'll see if we can find that. Maybe we'll claim another territory on the way and see about what our den options are. Oh my goodness, that's a moose skull. Well, we may as well grab it while we're here, although it is going to slow us down. But you know what? It's rather like Aden to grab a big old trophy along the way. I am also trying to mark this territory. You know, it's funny because we're going to get to see all the things that Aden didn't get to experience in his last run with Raven. It's kind of a fun look at just how far this game has come over the past 5 years. Like, holy stinkin' moly, they have added so much. They have added so many things that back when we just had the earlier versions would never have even seemed possible. I am so glad that they ended up doing the anniversary edition because wow, from the time this game has been around till now, it's just, they truly have done something incredible. I think they have really set the standard for what an animal simulation game should be. This is the den site we were smelling. Okay. You know what? I think we will go ahead and take this one. Oops, we can set this down here. It's a nice fallen tree, and I'm very partial to those. And we'll just settle down on this this side of the river here. This should give us at least some buffer against the other packs, and I think they're still sorting out their territory anyway. And it does give us a very nice distance from the park border, so that is good. Not that it's hunting season anyway, but we'll go ahead and claim this den. It's an open den. That's fine. You know, we've always dealt with eagles. It's just going to be a thing. Now, as for what do we call it? I think we will call this one Windswept Shelter, if that fits, because that's kind of what it is. It's a tree that was swept down by the wind, perhaps, and it'll provide a good shelter for us. And oh right, we have to pick age perks, which is another new thing for Aden. Oh boy. I feel like he would want strength. He just kind of vibes like that. And I think youthful prowess as well. And honestly, I think that he might want fun parent. He's a pretty he's kind of a jovial wolf, you know, he's got a mischievous streak of his own. I feel like that would make him a pretty fun dad. I think he was previously for his last litter. So we'll go ahead and we will advance to age 3 here. And we will be advancing in age every year with Aden. We'll try to play all the way through age 8. I think it'd be fun to live out his life in the Saga and see, but we'll probably have some other series as well. Now we are going to have 5 pups because another notable thing that was introduced and that I will be playing with turned on is that I have lethal sickness turned off. So pups will never die directly of illness. Now its effects are still dangerous, but the actual health loss will not kill them, and you will see what that means in a little bit here. I actually like that change quite a lot, but I've just never have personally been a big fan of the sickness system killing pups, and so for most of our series we will be playing with it turned off, and that will impose a small limitation on our litter size. So we have 5 pups here, and it looks like we have 3 females and 2 males. So, of course, this is our typical raised pups. Now, there are going to be a few changes to that. We'll be looking at that as we progress as well. But let's say hi to these little ones. Oh, they're so wobbly still. Aden didn't have the wobbly pups when he first had his first litter. It really makes you think back and see the ways that the game has changed over the time that we have been playing. Now, are we able to feed him? You're not quite feedable yet. There we go. Let's give you some food, little one. It looks like we have probably a lot of black coats. So I believe, she has one black coat gene and one gray coat gene, and we have 2 gray coat genes. So we have a 50-50 chance here, effectively, of having black coat versus gray coat. Let's see. Oh, there's the next one. That looks like a gray coat. And you may actually be a gray coat, I think. So yeah, I think we've got kind of a split here. We'll see what the last pup is, but hello. Oh, they are just so darn cute. They really did a good job with the pups in this. I mean, they've always been cute, but they just really did such a good job making them endearing. Oh, hello. I think you probably have a black coat by the look of it. So I think we have 3 black coats and 2 gray coats. So we will see. But I'm going to spend a little time with these guys, feeding and tending to them, but probably not too long just yet. We want to give them the chance to see the world and explore it a little. However, we do have a lot of territory that I think Aden is itching to reinforce here to make sure that he has our borders well shored up against the neighboring packs to keep these guys safe. It should be a little while before anybody discovers the den, I think. But even so, better safe than sorry. So we'll leave these guys to it. Yeah, are you admiring that moose skull? It's very big. It's almost as big as we are, actually. Moose are scary, honestly. Moose are kind of scary. There's actually a lot more map down here than I realized there ever was, which is really good news for us, because that means that we have a pretty good chance of this actually being a sustainable place. Now, I want to try to chase this elk herd kind of back in the direction of our den, because we need to go soon. Our den's over there. We are gonna run out of stamina, and we're gonna run out of affinity here in a second, but I do want to try to get a hunt in just because these guys are a little bit hungry, and if we can actually bring you down, okay, you are still quite strong, but if we can keep a good neck bite here, we should hopefully be able to do a fair amount of damage. That was very fortuitous for us. Oh boy, although she is going to continue to run here. If she gets away from us, that is. Oh, she did a little bit. Darn it! I didn't want to have to do too much chasing, but I think we'll still be fine. She's now very low on health, and Raven has got a bite on her. I don't want the affinity to drop to the point where the pups start leaving the den, but I think it would be a good idea to make sure that we do bring down an elk, because I think the carcass will probably last long enough for us to have a day or two where we'll be able to make use of it. Oh good, she's already going down. That's not too bad. We should be able to finish her off quickly. Oh boy, okay. That hunt was riskier than I would have liked it to be. At least we can see the pups now. Okay, I see her. Hopefully this is before any predators have found this place. My stamina is absolutely abysmal right now, but boy, we did push our luck just a little bit. Oh, hun, no, okay. Alright, we're good. We're fine. That was more stressful than it needed to be. Are you guys a little bit hungry? Just a little bit. Yeah, they didn't really need that much food now anyway because we started full, but it's well worth getting ahead. However, the affinity is now very low, and so we should probably play with these guys. And that is another thing about the Saga that is so fun that they have added, which is you can do this silly little jumpy run with them and play with them. And it's just, and look at this excitable playbout. It is just so darn cute. I don't know, these guys might be a little bit little for it. I think, are they still wobbly? They're not quite sure what to make of their father being so silly, but I think they are following him around a bit. Look at this. Oh, that's just so cute. All right, another morning has dawned. These guys are a little bit quicker on their feet than they were the previous day. They seem to be adjusting well to having the space to run around and play. But we are gonna have to send them back in the den for now once they've gotten the chance to eat a little bit here. Oh, and it looks like Raven's the only one who can actually regurgitate right now, so I think that's a very good sign that we should see if there's anything left of our carcass. Now, we did get the territory marked. We've actually got a pretty sizable chunk of of territory, but you can see the edges of it are decaying a little bit, and this is actually a good time to probably talk about the territory a bit, because as you can see, this has also undergone some tweaks. So there's now 4 stages of hexes instead of 2, and you can see that there's this really strongly marked hex, there's some kind of lesser strongly marked ones. The lowest we have is this 3rd stage, but do any of the packs... I don't know if any of them have the lowest stage, but we don't want it to get to that lowest stage, and so while this is fairly well marked, I think I will probably still take a pass through this area up here and just, like, stay on top of it. Now, I don't need to mark this territory now. The reason that I'm going to spend some time doing that, even though it really doesn't need it, is I just marked a ton of territory all at once, and if I leave this all at once, if I leave it to decay normally, it will decay all at once. And so we'll wake up one morning and half of our territory will need marking all at once. So even though this doesn't really need it, I'm gonna brush up on the edge and just see if we can get that boosted, start sorting out our sent posts, and that way when it decays, it will do so in smaller, more bite-sized portions and not suddenly, hello, your entire territory needs marking. But reasonably, I could leave all of this right now and it would be okay. It's just that I want to organize it a little bit and be just a mild bit strategic about how we handle our marking. This is interesting. There's actually a den over here. It's just a dirt den, it looks like. But that's something that we probably want to take note of, because if we look at our pack stats, you can see the fleas are already up to 22%, and our smallest pup is 5 pounds. She might be a runt. So we are almost certainly going to have to move, because we've had to leave them in the den for so much. And this den here is a lot farther back into our territory, which might be worth taking that, because while I do like our current den, it's kind of towards the borders, and that has its pros and cons. I think it just feels a little more secure to have a den that's towards the middle of the territory. I don't know how much difference it does or doesn't actually make, but you know, I think that it feels a little bit more secure. Get out of here. To have a den that's farther from. Okay, you guys are gonna. Okay, nope. Death to you and all your kin. Get out of here. These darn coyotes thinking they rule the place. Oh, that was a Wilbur. No, Wilbur, I'm sorry. Hey, don't you eat. Get out of here. Get out of here. Go on. Go on. I had to find that fake coyote on this map somewhere and bring it here just to scare y'all. I don't think I will, though, because I think it's way up in the hunting zone. Get out of here. Go on. This is no place for you. This is my territory now. Get out. They are such nuisances, these little punks. There we go. Stealing my carcass. Thankfully, they haven't come after the pups just yet. But yeah, it feels a little bit safer to have a den in the center of the territory, so that might be something we want to consider, because I have a feeling that at this point it is not a matter of if, but when we're gonna need to move. Hello, pups. Are you guys hungry? Probably a little bit, yeah, it looks like. So far, that we've been able to keep up with feeding them, but, it's only going to get more difficult as they start to grow, so I definitely don't want to fall behind. But now that they're a little bit more, a little bit older, I bet they might be a little bit easier to play with. They were just, you know, they were just kind of new to the world. They were just little baby toddlers, and it's like you're running around doing jumping jacks, and they're just looking at you like, what? Yeah, look at this. Now they're a little bit more keen on playing. Now they're having a more fun time. Where's my play bow? Here's my play bow. Look at this bouncy play bow. Do you guys want to play chase? Look at this! This is one of my favorite parts about the saga for sure. Like, my goodness, it's just so fun to run around with these guys. But what? Wait a minute. What are you doing up here? No, stop bouncing. We have a runaway. And I thought 50 was gonna be the wanderer. What are you doing all the way up here, little one? And I do mean little one. This is our teeny pup here. Goodness sakes. These guys are already getting the mischief, and what surprise is that Aden is their dad? Of course they are. Uh-oh. Fleas and sickness. Oh no. And it's our littlest pup too. And I see trouble in the distance. Guys, back in the den, please, right away. I know I can't. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. No, 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 no. Oh, that's not good. No. Oh my gosh. Okay. This is the danger. This is the danger. Okay. So you are sick. You are slow. And these guys are persistent. Oh gosh. No, don't do that. This is not the time nor the place. All right, we're gonna try to get her as close. That doesn't bode well. 3 coyotes is very bad. Yeah, the first year is, I think, gonna be the most challenging because we do not have a pack to fall back on, and the dangers are very dangerous. Okay, you are in the den safely now. We can get these heckers out of here. Where are they? You. Nope. You die for that. You die for that. You die. If we can avoid other pups getting out. Well, yeah, I'm gonna take you for that. Teach you to come messing with my pups. I guess they did remember us chasing them off the carcass yesterday. So, this is the thing with Saga. The threats are bigger because your threat becomes bigger. You will have a pack one day, and the world knows it. And, yeah, that means that everything has gotten a little bit scarier, and this is exactly what I was afraid of. This might be a bumpy ride. Oh, there's a rendezvous site here. That's good to know. Oh, man, I don't even know. I didn't even see where that happened. I was so focused on getting 51 into the den. But you can see, that's what I mean by pups will not die of illness directly. Her health is probably still quite high, but she's not feeling well. She's a lot slower to move, and that is what is so dangerous about illness, is it puts your pups a lot more at risk. But she wasn't even— why is this territory so low? She wasn't even the one who actually died to the coyotes, which is the scary part. I think we had a pup who'd snuck off behind us. So that doesn't exactly bode well for us. I'm sorry, pups. I don't even see where that happened. They just ran in so fast. You guys have got to stay close because it is a dangerous world out there, but I think we're going to have to head out and get some food as well because, again, we can no longer regurgitate. But you can hear this music that's playing, and that is our companionship effect. Now, this has also seen a rework, and thank goodness. It no longer takes as long, but there's a limit to how long you can do it per day as well. Now, again, we don't necessarily need this for her to survive, but I am still going to sit with her and the pups in general after that, because that was pretty jarring. That's not good. Okay. Good news and bad news by the sound of it. I heard both a sickness sound and a recovery sound. Oh boy. 1850 is now sick. No! Both of the girls! And I think we can no longer— yeah, okay. We can't feed anymore. I'm gonna send these guys— oh no! No, 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 no. Okay. Okay, so we've got problems. I think it's just one wolf that I see. So I'm gonna stay— oh no, it's 2. It's definitely 2. I'm gonna stay kind of close until you are in the den. 1400M, that sounds like a pack leader name. Very often they have very early designations. Please go all the way in the den. Nope, you get out of here. Cottonwood Creek. I had a feeling it wasn't going to be too long before we started having problems with the neighbors. Get off of her. Now, we don't have— Raven was originally— no, 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 no. Okay, she's going in. You, get out of here. Get out of here. Good heavens. Raven was originally from one of the packs on Amethyst Mountain, but they are not the same packs that we have here. So these guys are entirely unrelated and here to cause problems. I'm gonna try to keep making sure that we woof so that the pups don't get too curious and come out in the open. I kind of want to pull this fight away from the den as well, because that's the thing, is they like to stand right on the den, and then if the pups pop out, they are in easy grabbing range, unfortunately. Get out of here. Go on, leave. All right, I'm not entirely convinced that the other one is leaving. You get out of here. Get out of here. We have to probably chase them pretty far away. Oh gosh, I think because they're split up. Go on, get out of here. Go on, leave. At least it was only 2. Yeah, which neighbors are these again? Cottonwood Creek. Oh, the ones across the way, I see. Ah, goodness sakes. Okay, well, we went to look for a carcass and we got chased off of it by a bear, but fortunately there was an elk herd right here, so I figure we'll just go ahead and hunt these guys down, see if we can get another meal here, although they are quite stubborn, it seems. They don't, this herd in particular has not wanted to run. They were like this last time. Oh my goodness, and they're hurting Raven a little bit. You know what? You could use a good nip to the heels, I bet. In fact, you are actually a bit on the weaker side, so that might you might be worth chasing. Ouch. No. Hey, what are you doing here? Stop that, goodness sakes. They're really just causing problems. They're all attacking me. Stop it! Good grief, I'm not even hunting you. Just leave me alone. You don't want to be next. Let me finish my meal. Ah, gosh dang it. Another injury. I've been just getting absolutely plagued with injuries as well. I haven't shown all of them because they're still minor, but good grief, there's just no rest for the weary here. Come on. Oh my goodness. Stop! This elk is so frustrating to hunt. Come on. There we go. We should be able to finish her off now. Good grief. The lengths you gotta go to get a decent meal around these parts, I tell ya. Uh-oh. Well, that's a problem. So this is another new feature of the saga. This is a hex invasion. So now, instead of just randomly sneaking through your territory and nibbling away at it, stranger wolves will actually try and claim hexes from you. And I'm guessing that this is Cottonwood Creek continuing to cause problems. By the way, I did check my known wolves, and if we look at that, neither one of those wolves is the pack leader. They're both just young wolves, a subordinate and a yearling, who apparently were out to cause trouble, and the flea load is worsening. There's no end to all of the things. All right, what are we gonna do with this? What are we gonna do with this? What are we gonna do with this? It's probably that hex right at the top there. I'm guessing they want that little corner hex there. So I think what we will probably do is actually stop off at the den first. We technically don't have to deal with this. We could just let them take the territory. But considering that I suspect that this is the same 2 wolves who were poking around the den looking for trouble, I think we ought to go teach them a lesson about poking their noses into other people's business. Enough of this. Get out! Get out of here. You are not welcome. Go on and get. Go on and get out of here. Oh my goodness. You troublemakers. You are making enemies over here. You are making enemies. Get off of me. I don't want to fall in the river. That would be a problem. Go on. And that's given us the guard dog achievement for fighting off a rival pack's invasion. I guess they decided they weren't done with the troublemaking, but Aden says otherwise on that account. Uh-oh. No, not again. Not again. Not again. I'm gonna try to stand my ground. Please go in the den. 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 No. No. Oh my goodness. I tried to lock on. I'm going to maul this coyote. I don't know why these guys... Nope, you are dying for that. Don't you go in the water. You're not getting away from me there. Oh my goodness, these coyotes are the worst. They're so bold. So that is the real danger of illness in this, is that the pups are so slow to get back to the den that you just sometimes, it is just, there's not a lot you can do about it. They are so freaking brazen. Yeah, this first year is definitely going to be the most difficult because you just, it was a 2v2 and they just came straight at me. There's not a lot you can do sometimes. So that's the other thing with the sickness too, is when your pups are so slow and have such a difficult time getting back to the den, it does pose a real threat. And I think that that's better than them just dying outright. I think that it makes the sickness system have a lot more impact. But my gosh, can it be scary. That is now 2 pups that we have lost to coyotes. Not that they've never been a threat. Certainly we have lost pups to them before, but I definitely think they're a lot more of a threat now than they usually are. Now, in this pack in particular, there were 3 the first time and there's 2 this time, so I have a sneaking suspicion that it's the same 2 back for more trouble, the survivors, and we're gonna put a stop to that. They die right here and right now. I don't know if I'll bother tracking down and killing the other one, but this one especially is gonna die. And if they keep coming back, I think Aden will keep killing them because, yeah, no, this is probably gonna spark a lifelong feud between them, I think. I don't think he's ever gonna take kindly to coyotes poking around again at this point, and having lost 2 pups to them, that's a lot. Of course it's coyotes on this carcass. Get out of here. Get out of here. I don't think Aden would hesitate at this point. The last time he left some coyotes at a carcass, they came back and killed one of his pups, and they kept coming back. I think that he is still gonna go for the kill here. And it looks like Raven has much the same idea. Nope. Yeah, I think that for him, this has sparked a very strong hatred of coyotes. And he's not going to tolerate them anywhere within his territory at this point. Especially when they're stealing from his food as just insult to injury. It's really strange being down to only 3 pups, because we normally don't lose this many, and I think that does go to show that Saga is more difficult than previously, and it does make sense because there's now an emphasis on generations, and if all of your pups do die, the game doesn't end, you just can continue on. So it makes sense, but boy, it's definitely a step up when it comes to the challenge of it all. Uh-oh. That's not good. Alright, everybody in the den, quickly. This is gonna be a problem for a whole other reason. I don't see where the bear is. At least bears come one by one, but... Oh boy, oh, over here. Get out, go on, get out of here. Okay. We gotta be really, really careful here. This is gonna be dangerous to deal with 2 wolves. Oh boy. At least the bears are not an instant one-shot kill, but they are still bold for very good reason. I think we'll still be able to scare this guy off. Stop it. Whoa! That's not where we want to be attacking. You're actually surprisingly hurt. Get out of here. This is not a fight that you want to be picking. It's not worth it. All the pups are in the den. Go ahead and leave us alone, please. Oh my goodness. Nope, he wants to be chilling right here. It's kind of hard, because I mean, when a bear wants to stand right in front of your den, sometimes there's not a whole lot that you can do about that. They can kind of do whatever the heck they want, because they are big enough to just stand there. Go on, get out of here. Get out of here. See, with the coyotes, I'm worried about my pup's safety. With you, I'm worried about my own. Come on, leave, leave, leave. There we go. I think we should be good. Oh my goodness gracious, you are gonna be a problem. Holy cow. This is not a good time for you to be out in the open. I mean, now it's probably a little bit safer, but you need to not be sticking your head out when there's a bear around. Good grief. Oh, good. Okay, so it looks like we now have the newborn ungulates spawning, but we do have a different problem. The flea load. Oh my gosh, the flea load. I am struggling badly. And I think this might be a problem that we can solve, because while I was out marking some territory yesterday, I actually found another den. It's right here, right in this 92 hex. It's not that far off, and I saw that there was a rendezvous site right near it. So I think I'll probably wait until morning so that I can see a bit better, but to deal with this incessant scratching, we might actually want to consider moving. So I think we're gonna do that when Dawn gets here. That's trouble. That's trouble. That's trouble. That's trouble. That's trouble. At least we don't have a sick pup this time. Go in the den, please. Go in the den, please. Hurry. Oh boy. Oh boy. Who are you? Who are you? Buffalo Plateau. This is an entirely different pack. Who the frick are you guys? Get out of here. Get out of here. You are a little bit hurt, actually. Goodness sakes. Actually, you're quite a bit hurt. You should not have come here. Are you limping? What made you think you were in any condition to be picking fights? Good heavens. All right, get out of here, you guys. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get away from my den. Get away from my den. This is no place for you. Please let me bite. Oh, well, it looks like Raven's achieving that one. Raven wanted to turn. Stop it! Trying to. Woof! Get out of here! This is another reason that I don't want the den to be here. We are too close. Oh my goodness. I'm having a little bit of trouble targeting. That's what's been throwing me off in some of the attacks too, is I'll go to grab a pup or attack a predator and then I run right past them. I keep getting the auto run stuck on. Oh my goodness. Get out of here. Go on. Excuse you. Excuse you. We're having to queue up to take turns biting. Raven really wants a piece of them. All right, get out of here. Maybe we don't wait until morning. Maybe we just go. You know what? I think we just go. Screw this. Let's actually travel under cover of darkness, because I don't think eagles will attack at night, and that is a big concern. So let's go ahead. We'll let these guys. They should actually be able to. No, they're full is why they're not. All right, let's move to a new den. We're just gonna go. We'll come back for that moose skull, maybe. Let's grab the meat chunk, and let's head out. I think that kind of dirty looking area up there is the den, and we're actually about to pass the rendezvous right off to the side there, I believe, is it? So yeah, I think this is going to be a much better, much more centralized area for it. Look at this. This kind of reminds me actually of where Aden had his rendezvous in Slough Creek. He had one that was kind of by the river there as well. So this, I feel like, is a very familiar sort of terrain for him. We are going to have to cross through this little stream, though, to get to the den. And these guys don't quite know what to do with it. It looks like 47M is the first one to cross here. Come on, you guys. If I keep going, will they keep going? We might have to stop and carry them. I think they're a little bit nervous. Let's bring these guys across. We're so close that I'd rather... Uh-oh, okay. That made me jump, but we're fine. It's just a hex invasion, and I'm probably going to opt to ignore it. We've been losing some territory kind of on the sides anyway. Oh, gosh. No, 49F, come back! We've been losing territory on the sides anyway, which is fine. It's not a huge deal, but just in the middle of everything, I don't think that we can worry about that. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be one of these hexes over here. We're far enough away from that we can just take it back in the morning. And that's the thing about hex invasions that's kind of interesting, is you don't have to deal with them right away. You can choose not to. You will lose territory, but you can choose not to. Okay, here we go. We've got kind of this stump here. I think we'll go ahead, we'll call this as another open den. I think that we will name this one Sandy Stump, because that's what it is. And whew, It's gonna be so nice to not have to worry nearly as much about itching. Oh, not again. No, 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 no. Not again. This is taking longer than I'd like them to go in the den. I thought we maybe had an eagle coming, but that is not what's occurring here. You! Get out! Get out! Okay, we gotta get him on the run first, and then, we're gonna kill one of them, because no, this will not keep happening, not if Aden has a say in it. Absolutely not. Get out of here. Get out of here. Go on. Get out of here. Even Raven is being more hostile towards them. I don't know how you're inside the rock there. Stop it. Get away. Oh my goodness, these coyotes are just a freaking plague right now. All right, this one's lower health, so I think we'll kill this one. My gosh. Despite Aden's best efforts, he's not having a whole lot of luck in driving these guys away for good. Now, we did get our territory marked yesterday, so that was a good thing at the very least. And thankfully this time the pups were all a little quicker to go in the den. That sickness really was not good the previous time, and it definitely does add quite a lot to the risk. But we're also almost ready to head to the rendezvous site this time, which will be very good. We won't entirely be past the coyotes being a threat, but it'll be a little bit better, at least hopefully. And I do really like this den because it gives you a much clearer view of the area. You can see much better what is going on. But this is the state of our territory now. We marked all of this yesterday. I'll probably go mark some of this today when we go to get food. But for the most part, I think we're going to kind of just lay low and prepare for the move to the rendezvous site, because right now, 51F is at 14 pounds, so she is pretty close to ready for us to move out. She's very small runt, I'm pretty sure. I'm almost certain she's a runt with how tiny she is. So that's mostly what we've been waiting for, is for her to get up to the correct weight, because poor gal, she's just a little bit littler than the others. Uh-oh. Right as I was going to sleep, too. Of course there's an eagle, because why wouldn't there be? Oh, and I thought we might be safe. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Okay, we should be fine. Everybody's in the den. We just have to watch to make sure nobody comes back out of it. Oh my goodness. We're very nearly to 15 pounds. We're almost to the rendezvous. Almost to the next quest. But my goodness, we had to get in one more heart attack, because this guy won't be able to attack us once the pups are just a little bit bigger. I guess he's trying to sneak his final opportunity. Get out of here, you old buzzard. You're not gonna take my pup today. And there we go. Our pups are 15 pounds. We'll go ahead, we'll replace our family snapshot, and we should be able to head just up the hill to the rendezvous site. I hope there's nothing lurking here, but let's go this way. Goodness. 47M is kind of a bit of a wander. Well, I think all of them are somewhat of wanderers. I think we actually have to bark to get these guys' attention now. Is that a thing? Is that a thing we need to do? I believe it is. But yeah, given that it is now the journey to the rendezvous, there is one thing that I'm sure you guys have noticed, and that's that the pups don't actually have their names yet. Now, that is something that we're going to be changing up a little bit with the arrival of Saga. We're actually going to be giving the pups their names a little bit later in the year than usual. There's a lot of reasons for that, but one of them is that it's going to give us a lot more time to see their personalities. For example, we know that 1851 is definitely a bit of a spunky one in spite of her smaller size. She is a bit of a wanderer. I think that could be said to all of them for some degree. We know that she was pretty close with 1850, who unfortunately was taken by the second coyote attack. Both of them were the ones that got sick. You know, we just know more notable things that happened to each of them, and that'll give us a little bit more context for their names. I'm avoiding that elk up there, by the way. Now, the other reason is that with Saga being as challenging as it can be, it's a little bit more of an accomplishment to reach the point when we can give them their names, and a bit more of a tragedy when they don't. I'm going to call this Elk Meadow, by the way, because Elk Meadow. And so I think that that's going to make the impact of both of those things a little bit more. It just seems like a more opportune time to name them at the end of the summer rather than when we've just barely gotten to even know them in the first place and are kind of just guessing in the dark. Now, in terms of naming these guys, due to the way that I'm recording this series, we're going to do things a little bit differently. You're certainly welcome to submit names because we will be needing them for future litters. However, for this litter, I have actually sought the help of... I'm gonna hunt you, I think. I've actually sought the help of my supporter server. That is... Okay, she's leaving. That is the supporter Discord server, which is open to my patrons, YouTube channel members, and Twitch subscribers. And I've actually asked them to submit names for this one just because I'm recording this all ahead of time for the special. Is this where your baby is? It is not. You were just decided to stand your ground here. And so... because of that, I went to that server for help collecting names, and so the names that we will be giving these pups later in the year will be drawn from that pool. But yeah, if you want to have the chance to submit names for the next time we have kind of a surprise naming like this one, or if you want to be involved in the community event or just hang out and chat with me and with other JayPlays fans, then you can do that in the supporter Discord, which is open to all patrons, YouTube channel members, and Twitch subs over the age of 13. That is Discord's terms of service. It's also a great way to support the channel and ensure that I get to keep making these videos and to keep doing what I do, because I really like what I do, and I'm really excited to finally be able to play Saga. It has been a long time in the making. But we've just made it to the rendezvous with these guys. We are all settled in. Everything's looking pretty good, although I think I will just kind of step over here and mark this this territory here. We'll go ahead and just put that scent post right there. And other than that, I think we may as well chill out for a little bit. Uh-oh. Oh, that's bad. That's bad. They are back for another round by the sound of it. Okay, where? They're right here. Get out of here. Get out of here. Oh, goodness. Hey, stop biting me. What the heck is wrong with you? Oh, goodness. How did you get a minor injury? These darn coyotes. Oh, my goodness. Okay, nope. Get away. Get away. Get away. Get away. Get away. Get away. So there is something that we have to be a little bit concerned about here now, which is that the pups can get scared by predators running around them and leave the grass. And obviously that would not be good for us right about now. Okay, this guy's running, I think. Get out of here. They are fleeing, but this one is not going to get the chance to. We are going to end this dude here. But yeah, we are pretty well settled in at the rendezvous site. I think, oh my goodness, poor Raven and her minor injury. We just keep racking those up, it feels like. But yeah, one of the other new things about the WolfQuest is that it's actually a little bit longer than before. You can see that we are now at about 18 pounds, and one of our pups is over 20, but the threshold is no longer 20 for the quest completion. I believe it's now 25. So we'll have a little bit longer yet before we get into the next quest here. There's a lot happening. Is that a cougar down there? I think that might be, and I think that's a buck mule deer. No, that's a pronghorn. Oh, it's a pronghorn. That makes more sense. Okay. But with that, I think we will actually leave this episode off here for today because we are getting close to it being that time again. And we will be continuing on and hopefully getting to the new quests in the next one, the beginning of them. For as difficult as things have been already, it gets more challenging from here. This is only the beginning of the journey. But I think we will go ahead. We'll end this off. Don't go away if you're watching this as it goes up, though, because we will have another episode right after this and be rolling into a back-to-back premiere like we typically do for releases. So with that, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. But until then, this is Jay. Over and out.